Hey, before you click away on the episode, remember that there's audio-only podcasts now on YouTube Music. It's its own separate app on there. Go ahead and download that. You can listen to every fucking public podcast that we have on the Oak Grove Podcast. My guest this week, you can find him on YouTube, I keep wanting to put your fucking nickname, Justin Leger Comedy, all one word. His band, Idle Corrupted Band. Idle Corrupted Band on YouTube.
Yeah, we're selling. I made this hoodie special for me, but we are selling T-shirts with this logo on it. Hit us up, Idle Corrupted on YouTube, Idle Corrupted Band on Facebook.
Dash Band.
Yeah,
Idle Corrupted Dash Band on Facebook.
Oh, Dash Band on Facebook. Thank you.
Give it up for Justin Leger.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Man?
Stepping all over your intro.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I looked at the analytics, dude. One of our episodes has broke 500 views. So I'm going to need you to come out with your own like OnlyFans on this episode. Just admit to the world.
You got it, bro.
Try to get these fucking views.
I've been practicing my spread eagle.
Fucking A, man.
500. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. 536, I think we got with Nikki Huntsman. So shout out to Nikki Huntsman. Hope to have her back on the podcast here.
That's badass, man.
But I found out, though, like how challenging YouTube's going to be is the week that I was pushing that episode is like, oh, this is going to be a love of the game thing for much longer than I thought. There's literally an exposed nipple on that fucking thumbnail.
Yeah.
500 views. Like,
500
what the
views,
fuck do I have to put on the thumbnail or the subject matter or the guest to break 1,000? Let alone that, like, Rogan got 25 million views with Trump in 24 hours. That is literally like light speed.
Can you get away with dude tits that are implying female tit?
I don't know. That's the problem with YouTube,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You
don't
think
know.
You're safe,
you don't know.
And then it's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
Thad B's fucking fat shaming of chicks on a hot air balloon got 0 views because it's not just profanity with the fucking YouTube algorithm.
Right,
It's sensitive subjects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking shit.
That is interesting. how all that shit works because it's playing against everybody, like the general public's interest in what they would want. Like,
yeah, I wish there was a way. YouTube has all the money on the internet anyway because they're partnered up with Google. But when you download the app as the customer, be like, okay, I wish to have G-rated stuff, PG, PG-13, R. Once you get into those things, all right, cool. Admittedly, this is like an R-rated. I talked about fucking double anal gangbangs and all that shit 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Let me point, because if you look at my analytics too, it's 18 to 35-year-olds where I'm most popular. I'm not going to be on YouTube Kids anytime soon.
Right.
Let me appeal directly to that audience.
Is it weird that double anal gangbang doesn't sound heavy to me? Like the phrasing of those words, like it doesn't have punch to it. Double anal gangbang. But I mean, I'm
trying to think like where the limit is now. It's like, what do I have to see to be like, oh, this is in poor taste.
Yeah.
This thing now is like, I knew I'm talking to a person where her parents are not happy that she's like getting into stripping.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hey, don't worry about your kid. Like the kid's gonna graduate with other kids whose moms are literally on the internet on like OnlyFans taking like 5 dicks. Like who gives a shit?
And I watch those videos.
Yeah, I would know because I'm a submission subscriber.
I just it would be funny to see her mom go, oh, well, who are you to her? I'm a client.
It's going to be weird, though, going to graduation and, like, looking around and be like, yep, seen that.
Yep.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a weird weekend, dude. We tried to record on Friday the 13th. And,
boy, did we.
we
really
both
gave
in a
it a
weird
shot.
I think it was the full moon. We're in a weird fucking mood.
I think it's full moon tonight. I think we're just solid. Like,
but we don't have the 13th thing flying around anymore. So.
Yeah. Friday the 13th is more Halloween than Halloween.
What's weird is this year's had 2 of them, and it's so close to
Friday
Christmas.
the 13th.
Yeah, it's actually.
I didn't know that was.
Tattoo.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, it was.
That's pretty dope.
October.
Okay.
I remember the last Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious like that, dude?
I'm not. Just because I've tried all the superstitious things. Like, if I saw a ladder at work, I walked under it.
Nice.
Like, because like sometimes you hope for the bad luck.
September 13th.
Yeah.
Was Friday the 13th this year.
Plus, it's not suicide if it's accidental. Fucking. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, fuck, I said the S word.
We're singing Chop Suey, Self-Righteous
Suicide. Oh, yeah. Yeah, why have you forsaken me?
God, when the fuck are those guys going to come out with a full album again? It's been 2005, so it's literally been 20 years.
Fuck, I got to be the person to tell you. I'm sorry, man. Goddamn, you can cut the cameras. No, but yeah, they're not. It's not happening.
Yeah, they tour, but they don't really record.
They tour. So they tour. That's about it. Because and Darren Malakian, the guitarist / singer in that, he's also spoken in multiple interviews and said, like, if you want to hear New System, just listen to Scars on Broadway, his solo project.
Yeah.
Because that's all the material he wanted to submit for.
I don't know if I could listen to him without Serj Tankian though, man.
Yeah, because that's the magic, and that's how the band got together. Is Darren was, they both went to the same college, and they realized that their voices harmonized well together.
Yeah. What I hate too is they put out, I think, 2 singles in the last 5-10 years.
Protect the State.
So fucking terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't
you guys
great.
Dialed this one in terribly.
They phoned it in. I mean, it was. I understand they wanted to make a statement and stuff, but it just felt rushed and unfinished.
Speaking of statements, it sucks that we blew our wad musically during the Bush administration. American Idiots, all of these anti-establishment things. If anyone needs to sing about politics in America right now, it should be now.
Yeah,
I would love to hear an anti-health insurance album right now.
I mean, my band's dropping an album. It's called Drones Overhead.
Yeah. What the fuck's up with the drones,
dude? Yeah, let's get into that shit.
Who gives a fuck? Okay, cool. Mind your damn business.
Okay.
If you know it's a drone, fuck off.
All right. So here's what's wild about the drone thing.
What's up?
So everybody's paranoid about because I've heard that and I've seen that they're in the videos and the people that have seen them in New Jersey and shit say that some of them are the size of SUVs and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking how crazy is it that we fucked ourselves in America with our own laws? Because a drone expert was explaining to CNN the other night, they were like, no, you can't. Shooting them down is out of the question for 2 reasons. First off, and one is if you shoot down a drone and it blows up your neighbor's house because it lands there because you don't know what's in that drone, then your insurance is rebuilding your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Also, if you destroy those drones, that's somebody else's property. That's illegal. But we have friends that own drones and they have to take drone classes and there's all these rules and laws that they have to follow about airspace.
Here in Colorado Springs, there's so much controlled airspace. Why don't we just figure out whose GPS is controlling the shit and just turn off that GPS?
That's why I think the government's in on it, dude.
Possibility.
I think that they made a deal with another country that's and that other country sent in some drones to check the security, to do a security check of our airspace, and to be oh, not only aren't they going to do shit, they tried with the Chinese spy balloon, and they let it go across the country. It didn't get shot down. It just collapsed one day.
No, they shot down with an F-22. It's one of the only
over the ocean
kills.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think it was off North Carolina.
Okay. And so they try so their realization would be, oh, not only aren't they going to do shit, they can't do shit.
Yeah.
They're shutting down whole airports because the drones are just around.
Yeah.
And then the people on the what's the boat called? Whenever you're on the boat and you have authority, Coast Guard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Coast Guard was saying that they were going to a drone sighting to investigate, and on their way there, a fleet of 30 of those drones was following their boat.
The fuck?
And it's why can't you do anything about that?
I think what it is too, now this week is a bunch of dumbass drone operators are oh, drones are in the news. Let me put my shit up there too.
It's kind of if there's a serial killer out, you could just blame him.
Yeah.
You could get away with
copycats right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of copycat drone people.
Yeah, Bundy's doing his thing, so I'm gonna just let him get blamed for all
Bundy's
my kills.
A weird one too. Oh
yeah, real weird.
He actually came through Colorado too.
It's crazy. People were he's attractive.
Well, the weird thing with Bundy was almost every one of his mugshots looked like a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there could be good-looking Bundy pics out there because the
we just didn't get the good angles. Yeah, we just didn't get the good angles.
What if we got that, actually?
What, pictures of Bundy?
Bundy
incognito mode.
Yeah. Pantsless.
No, I'm already on all the lists. I can't give a shit about it.
Yeah, he looks like what's his name from like the TV there.
Okay, so yeah, these mugshot, this is pretty much all the same mugshot. But yeah,
there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Is like he looks.
No shit. Okay, yeah, lined up and.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think in all 6 of those frames, that's him trying to change his identity and look different?
Well, yeah, I mean specifically like this bottom left one, he's got like a mustache.
Yeah, dude,
and
it looks fucking like he's in the Soviet or something. Like,
yeah, he's trying to do like porn.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got the fucking stash for porn for sure, like the director stash too.
It's so funny. It's like I'm trying to bring in like porn like actors into the thing. It's gonna be so weird having a dude on here.
Yeah,
like just knowing his like work. I don't know why it's gonna be different.
And it's just like, so what is your alias on your website? And he's just like, I am the Hammer.
He's like bam.
Yeah, it's like I am the Hammer.
All right, put it on the table.
I put 4 women in the hospital.
Yeah. It's fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it's gonna be interesting because those guys have the best stories.
Oh, they have to.
Like porn star, like that's why that video of Nikki, the one you just did, that got so many views because everybody's wondering what's going on inside those people's heads because it's such a unique lifestyle.
With hers, it's unique too because it's like wanted to talk about her podcast, wanted to talk about her stand up, and obviously talk about the porn. And I didn't want to just be that horn dog. Like, let's talk about porn the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like I
grow up, but
needle,
you want to.
Yeah, I feel like I threaded that needle pretty well.
No, you did.
But
you did.
Yeah, it's in the wrong hands. That could have gone off the rails terribly.
Not gonna lie,
I'm gonna leave. Like,
I did get nervous a few times because like you'd be like, "Well, I got a few questions on that," and I'm like, "Oh, come on, D, don't do it."
I feel like I held it up pretty well.
No, it was a good app.
There's a couple questions where I was like, Nikki, just let me finish the question real quick. I was trying to like layer it so well because like I am curious. Is like we all know the dread of an open mic. It's like the worst in the fucking world.
Yeah.
How bad is that compared to like a bad shoot? And like I was trying to like layer that so it was like perfectly set up question. She like jumped in it halfway. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. and it comes off as more basic questions because they only got half the question.
Yeah. I will say that like it was a good episode. Behind the scenes though, Nikki's like fucking killed it. I had over 100 views coming in from
what she did
Twitter.
A scene in here. What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't involve me. I'm not prepared to do that.
No, you have to run the equipment.
It's like we've seen MD now, and it's not rocking. Fuck, man.
We'll try not to breathe directly into the mic again. That was embarrassing.
Well, you do have the new mic, absolutely.
Yes, I got to use the new mic first. Fuck yeah.
Found out how complicated my fucking audio system is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if there's any audio people that want to fucking be on the podcast, like let me know. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Come produce this shit. Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
Yeah, how's it, when I was looking at the analytics, the Walmart story really fucking blew up. Now I got to try to pull some of the Walmart shit out of you.
Oh, God damn it!
What I fucking hate about Walmart, specifically this one down the road.
All right.
They want there's only one lane now where you check out like with the cashier. Like all of the traffic is going through self checkout, and then I immediately have to talk to the security guard. Fuck you, dude. Like if you want to see if I'm shoplifting, like fucking. But you see all these people now lined up in a row right behind each other. Like, here's my receipt. Like, where's... Yeah. Aren't you the anti-conformity people?
Yeah,
Like, the people like, I'm not wearing that fucking COVID mask. Now you're sitting in there nice and fucking...
Yep.
Show the goddamn...
that's right.
Fucking receipts. You said $2 million, $3 million you guys lost?
No, it was like the first year I worked, it was $5 million.
Fuck.
The second year I worked, it is $6 million.
Jesus Christ!
So it went up $1 million from the year previous. Yeah, and what's funny is that it's not just theft from customers. There was people always complain about the self-checkouts not being open. The reason, let me fucking tell you all, the reason we don't have those self-checkouts open most of the fucking time is because we found out that they weren't updating the prices of the products. So you would get overcharged.
Oh, I believe it. Walmart don't get
by the fucking self-checkout.
Yeah.
So they were like robbing customers basically. And so, yeah, now they only have like 3 or 4 up at a time because we can monitor those.
Yeah.
And they only have 2 people in the self-checkout area anyway.
When they had the self-checkout like brand new, the sensors were stupid sensitive.
I never wanted to use those when it first came out.
It would double scan them. Beep, beep.
Exactly.
Do I want to have somebody come pull this $2 off, or is $2 worth my own piece? And I'm like, I'm just gonna pay the
exactly.
$2. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Right, but I bet you what, like whenever that little bubble came out, do you want to donate to kids in Africa?
I just did.
No. I just donated to a billionaire.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Which I think like it's charity's fucking weird. I don't even want to get
the
into
funny
that.
thing with the charity thing is so little of that money goes to where it's supposed to. It's a tax write-off.
And also, the people that run those charities and stuff, like, especially homelessness, is kind of like the war on terror.
Yeah.
Like, both are the same thing. Like, the war on homelessness, or trying to fix homelessness, is put them in homes. Mm-hmm. That's what homeless is. But if people weren't homeless, then they wouldn't be making money from making money for homeless people.
Yeah.
So your job is out. If you fix the problem, the job's out.
Yeah. Well, I think if the older I get, the more I listen to Dr. Drew, he's actually got good insight on this, is half of the homeless out there, it's a mental health issue. Is in order to, in his mind, the easiest way to fix this is unfortunately to break the constitutional rights for a couple of weeks. Is a lot of these people are unmedicated on the streets. Yeah. Is if you bring them in, medicate them properly, actually figure out what's going on with them. He said statistically, people that he's seen have done that are pissed because like their family kicked them out on the street when the one thing they really needed was like a medical balance out. It sucks. Is like, all right, in order to fix this, how much of this person's rights do we have to take protective custody? Like, it's like a weird thing.
Yeah,
it's like it's not people just like, oh, I don't feel like paying my rent anymore. It's like,
exactly.
Oh, I'm not living in the same reality as you are.
Dude. I have dumbass fucking friends from back home that have told me with a straight face that I don't understand. Why don't they just stop smoking crack? I don't understand. Why don't they just get a job and stop being homeless?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine this. You haven't showered in 2 months. And you've been beaten, you've been robbed, anytime you get a little bit of something.
The homeless experience in itself is horrifying.
Exactly.
And then, all right, let's layer that with the stuff that got me on the streets in the first place.
Exactly.
I'm either multiple personalities, I'm schizophrenic, I'm whatever.
Yeah. And Doug Stanhope, his bit, perfectly personifies what that is. Mm-hmm. He was saying, people treat people with Down syndrome that's awesome. Yeah, they're having a great time. We love being around these guys. We support these guys. But then in the other camp, because there's 2 camps. There's mentally challenged and mentally disturbed. Mm-hmm. And nobody likes the mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
What do they do with the mentally disturbed?
Just put them on the streets.
They put them on the street and say, the devil's in that boy.
Yeah.
And they throw them on the fucking street. And then
the shitty thing is, too, they showed a horrific statistic of how many mentally how many of those people are in the prison system is because they're unmedicated, but there's violent tendencies because they just turn into this
and it's
cycle.
Symptoms of their fucking shit that makes them do violent shit.
Yep. I want to say it was 30 or 40%.
They had a guy, dude. I fucking saw a case last year where there was a guy who dismembered his wife because he has dementia.
Yeah.
No priors, literally clean fucking record. But as you get older, the dementia gets worse and worse until you're unrecognizable mentally.
The question is, though, what was the last thing she said before?
You know what? Probably something about the trash not being taken out. Probably that. So I'm not gonna say
it's got to be busy work though.
Dude, it sounds arduous.
Yeah, if you don't want to get caught, the cleanups is
you gotta really like killing people to go through that part of it.
And I've heard it's difficult to get through a bone.
Yeah, the thigh bone, all that shit. Yeah, that's why pigs were used forever.
Yeah,
because they can just chew through a thigh bone in 0.2 seconds.
You go Breaking Bad with it, just chemically break them down. Too.
Yeah, make a dude smoothie.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fuck up your bathroom too.
Right. Yeah, that scene where it just falls through the fucking ceiling.
I fucking love that show.
Yeah, that is the last show I actually watched all the way through.
Really? I've seen it through 7 or 8 times now. Yeah. It's
No, I watched Castlevania, never mind.
Nice. Did you see Ozark?
George got me on Ozark. I'm not gonna lie, just the thumbnails, the trailer, everything in the marketing was putting me off of that. I'm like, I'm not gonna be smart enough to follow this. Ozark sounds like a fancy word. So, but then George was like, no, just give it a few episodes. So I checked it out. By episode 2, I'm like riveted. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, this is intense.
Yeah. Yo, was on a date last night, and
no, you weren't.
Yeah, it was an amazing date. But this chick got me into Yellow Jackets,
like the Wasp,
the show. On,
okay.
Showtime. I think Netflix owns the rights for it.
Okay.
A high school soccer team in the '90s goes cross country, and their plane like falls out of the sky.
Right.
And they're stuck out in the woods for 18 months. The show has layered the 90s thing there when they're adults and like some other or the time while they're stuck in there.
Yeah.
The shit that these kids were doing to each other, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? It's like do you ever read Lord of the Flies?
I was about to mention that. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It makes Lord of the Flies look like Sesame Street, dude. You're like, holy shit, you're draining this kid's body. Like, it's fucking, dude. But the
Kids is probably the worst I've seen of that. Like the movie
tension that they build in that show is fucking amazing, dude. Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. Okay.
Thank you, Lindsay. It was an amazing show. She showed me the preview for it, and I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing with that. In the first episode, I'm like, I have to watch all of this like right now. Yeah. I was over at the house till like 2 o'clock in the morning just watching a fucking show.
Going through. I love shit like that.
Dude. The 90s nostalgia on it's really cool too, because like they got when the plane crashed, they had like snacks like strewn all over the place, stuff that's not even like there anymore.
Right.
We last night we got on 7-Eleven, we got like fruit roll-ups and like fruit by the foot and shit. Like we're doing a nice 90s like throwback to that shit.
That's funny.
I miss just eating fruit by the foot, like
eating fruit by the
consistently.
like a meal?
Well, no, like every like 2 or 3 days, just like, oh yeah, let me get a box of that shit.
For me, it was Airheads,
dude. Like I'd fuck up your teeth.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Like they were delicious, but God, did it hurt? Like it. I stopped.
When did Airheads? I want to say I was like that age when they came out. Warheads.
Yeah, Warheads are big.
Candy.
I think they're still pretty popular.
First year, I guess.
Oh, okay. First year. Warheads were invented in Taiwan.
1993, I think is when they came out.
Oh, okay.
But the aura around them, you're just like, oh my god, this is the scariest candy I've ever seen in my life. Like, used to scare the shit out of each other.
Like Little Tyke's first horror movie.
Yeah. Like, I hated the yellow ones though. Anything that candy, like yellow, just keep it fine. So yellow Starburst, yellow Warheads, like just stay the fuck away from me.
Okay, all right. I don't want to stir up no fucking trouble, but I'm a pink, red, and yellow guy.
There you go. Pink with the Starburst, dude. Holy shit.
Dude. Yeah.
You can end marriages over that shit. Like,
no,
I know you didn't just slide that fucking yellow to me.
We've beaten, dude. We have beaten world hunger. Like we have beaten hunger in this country so well that we sell bags of just red and pink Starburst.
Well, I think
that's how far we've come.
The guy that you said dismembered his wife.
Yeah,
I think that's actually what it was. It was a yellow Starburst. Like, no, I came home from a long day's work. I had a bag of candy sitting here, and now it's just full of yellow Starbursts. Where's my butcher block?
Who the fuck ate all of my favorite one, dude?
Just pulls out the fucking butcher and just.
Oh, dude, I've had that kind of rage before over snacks, dude. All right, so it was like Chips Ahoy, right? Like the red packet Chips Ahoy, which means they're chewy, not crispy. I didn't know those. I don't like a cookie that fights back. I like a tender cookie. So like, and they're Reese's. They're Reese's cups.
What?
And they're just get the red package. It'll change your fucking life.
Okay.
For the worse. But
so I've already gained 5 pounds.
So like I've been living. At this point I'd been living on my own as an adult for about a year and a half, and I had a place I was renting or whatever, and then I had family move in with me, and we were sharing the place, and I was only allowing myself one thing of sweets, and I picked cookies. So I got the pack, and it sat there for a week because I knew on payday I was going to celebrate with cookies and milk. I waited because I wanted the gratification, you know, delayed gratification.
You're edging yourself.
I'm edging until I get to, I didn't even break the seal. You know what I mean? And payday finally came, dude. And I went to grab the pack. The pack was light. Real light. Like one-handed light.
Oh.
I opened up the seal that's been broken. 2 cookies left. 2 cookies left.
Where's the butcher knife?
And these are supposed to be people I love.
Dude. They're under the floorboards.
I was like, oh, dude, this bitch is fucking flammable. I'm about to set some people on fire. Like, I never got to try the cook. Like, I ate those 2, and I almost didn't even want to eat them. I just wanted to throw them away.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I can't get what I wanted, dude, I was so pissed.
I guess I was lucky. My most recent ex-wife, her and I didn't like eat the same treats for the most part. Like, I think if I brought cookies home, like specific type of cookies. Oh, that's what it was. Doritos. If I brought blue Doritos home, they were gonna be gone.
Yeah, Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah. She loved that shit.
They're amazing.
Then, I'm trying to think of the other thing. I think it was Reese's cups too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are dangerous. Star Crunch as well. Star Crunch is legendary.
Shit.
Yeah, it's all coming back to you now,
Woo.
isn't it? Yeah.
Fucking hey.
You took a ride on the Cosmos a few times.
Yeah.
Fucking threw that shit back. Yeah, bro.
I'm trying to do a miserable Monday.
Miserable Monday
is get back into shape, so we probably shouldn't talk about treats for too much longer.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Miserable Mondays, guys. I did some research and found, so if you do 2 hours combined in one day of sauna, it gets your human growth hormone to like go up by like 80% or some shit.
No shit. Okay.
So it seems like a lot. You try to do it every 10 days. It seems that day always seems to fall on Monday. So miserable Monday is an hour of sauna before I go to work.
Yeah.
An hour of sauna during lunch. Yeah. Along with a cold plunge before that, lifting and shit. Like, I really know how to make myself miserable on a Monday. The problem is I fuck up my sleep for the rest of the week too.
I despise humankind for that. And like the fact that being a human being means that like being comfortable makes you weak. Like being comfortable
sedentary is death.
Exactly. Exactly. Complacency is fucking death.
Yeah.
Because like, and that's what I've learned, especially like the elders that I talked to back home growing up. Like even if they manage to retire, which is a fucking pipe dream. Yeah. Especially nowadays with our generation, but like
retirement's a myth now.
Yeah, it is. And but the ones that I knew growing up that like managed to retire, like they still picked up a job somewhere.
Yeah. Because
they were like, yeah, you get 2 weeks of I don't have to go down to the factory anymore. But then after that, it's like you need some sort of routine.
Your body Otherwise you go crazy. Wired to be busy.
Yeah.
It's like they're showing now that hearing loss is linked to dementia.
Yeah.
Is like if your brain's not actively processing noise and you start shutting that down, your body just like it gives up.
Okay.
So I think physically it's the same thing. It's like if you're not working out every day or at least moving around, your body's going to start to atrophy.
Well, yeah, and I have a theory about like the mental side of that. So if you're like, because of our caveman DNA and having to chase the tigers for as long as we did, because of that, like your body has a certain baseline that you have to hit in friction, like 100%. Physical kinetic friction or something like that on the body to make it better. So, fuck, I forgot what the point I was making. Holy shit.
I think with that too, it's burning more calories than you consume. So I think if you maintain that fucking ratio, and not just sit around like consume, I think you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I remember. Back to my theory, because I am gonna forget. So my theory is that like not working out, that caveman DNA is like, okay, if you're not gonna exert this energy physically, we're just gonna put a ball of wires in your head, and that's where the anxiety, that's where
100%.
That's where all that comes from, because like the elation that you feel after a workout is like heavenly.
Yeah.
Like that's the comfort you chase your entire life, is the comfort right after a workout.
I was talking to a neurologist a couple years ago, and she was saying that because I knew somebody with anxiety, and I saw her work on her, and she's like, all right, this anxious energy, she's like, go do jumping jacks in my lobby until like I tell you to come back.
Yeah.
And getting your brain, get your heart elevated, getting your brain off of that, it's basically the same thing as you're talking to what's wired in us is your fight or flight right now, because you're not moving around, it's crushing you. But if you go outside, get your heart rate up, engage your muscles and everything.
And it's distraction.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like we should get a neurologist on here and
because we're just talking shit, like, or at least on my end. I'm just talking about shit that I've heard.
Well, this year specifically, I've done a lot of research on stuff. It's like I'm getting close to 40, and like the quality of the care I take in the next 5, 7, 10 years
is going to determine some shit.
Is definitely going to dictate my 50s and my 60s.
Okay.
And I think I'm like,
so happy I don't have to worry about my 50s and 60s.
What sucks is like I've fucked around for basically 2 solid decades. My 20s and my 30s have basically been wasted, like physically. Now I'm like, oh shit.
Well, when did you start like the workout and taking care of yourself shit?
Like this year consistently.
Oh, okay.
And that's why my sleep's been so fucked up. It's like this year I've been running every morning during the summer, cold plunge, like all this shit.
Because I know in the military you got to work out. It's like a part of the life there.
You got to maintain that baseline.
Oh, wait, you're Air Force, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, those videos of people getting yelled at over PT, usually Marines.
The horror stories that Era told me.
Yeah.
Wait, did you meet Era Drager?
I sure did.
Yeah, you did. You had him. Yeah.
You and I have spoken about it.
Right. I would take a bullet for that dude. He did a lot for me.
I just have a problem with people talking during open mics. And boy,
so anyways.
Yeah, well, he found out I was Air Force.
Oh, fuck. Jesus. Yeah, that's a mistake.
Like, hey,
you told me about that. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch this dude on stage. You're like, hey, where you been?
Yeah, because as comics, we're like watching our peers, and it's like exciting to see their growth and like to see where these jokes, because you watch somebody start a new joke, and then over months you see him craft that set.
Yeah.
And it's and like whenever you're trying to watch, and then Aaron leans his big fucking head into frame. It's weird. I wish we could toss a picture up for the viewers, but like to really understand how accurate our impressions are. So anyways, my name's Era Drager. I'm in the military. I'm in the Army.
His set was okay for a military guy. It was.
Yeah.
If you see me at open mic and I'm in the crowd,
actually, I'm a disagree.
Don't fucking talk to me. I want to show the respect, because I am so sensitive of all the noises in the crowd when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I try not to lead to that noise when other people are on stage.
Right.
So
because
there's a huge urge in me to be like, "Will you fuck off?" in the middle of an open mic, because I don't want to disrespect people.
Yeah. Dude, just shut the fuck up, please.
And unfortunately, he was one of those guys that just talked through open mics.
Well, he means well, but he literally is just like a Doberman, like in life. Like
he's got that army autism.
Yeah, he's got the army autism. I think also his MMA experience might not have helped, but
sharp blows to the head.
But like I said, love the guy to death. But my main problem with him comedically is I lived with this guy. Right? For a time, I lived with this guy.
Couldn't do it.
And we were both new comics. So we're both excited about it. And every afternoon, like we're going to shows every night. Like we're doing it. We're grinding. We're grinding shows every night that we can.
Yeah.
And we're working on jokes and material before the shows at the house.
Okay.
And he has these ambitious fucking ideas. We come up with great places for him to go. And he didn't change his set for 2 years.
Yeah.
All of the notes I would give him. All the notes he would come up with himself. All these epiphanies. It's just like, God damn it. You're funny. Like, he's legitimately a funny person, but he got a few laughs, and, like, he was just, like, dead set on that. I would love to see him now, because he's running... Well, last I heard, he was, like, running an open mic.
Where's he at now?
Last I heard, I think he was in North Carolina.
Oh.
Or something like that. And he was saying that he runs an open mic and stuff, and I got to catch up with him briefly, and he's doing well for himself. That's good. I'm happy to hear that he lost some weight, looking good.
We all need to lose some weight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, me especially. Yeah. I hate the working out thing. I don't want to retread conversation that we had in the car, but
it's my biggest complaint is daylight savings time and it just being so goddamn cold. Is I can't orient myself to the sun, and then the cold's like, oh yeah, you should eat hot food that's like calorically dense.
That is true. Wow. But also working out every day for the rest of your life until you die. Yeah,
I gotta convince myself to do that.
That's no good. That's a no go for me, dog. Yeah. I'm here for a good time.
But you should get your band buddies. You guys can all work out, do like a fucking
yeah.
Just group workout or something.
Dude, we can't even fucking get people to come to practice half the fucking time.
Get them to show up like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, like, dude, it's so crazy being like, because like as a comic, at least all your fucking failures just on you. But like in a band, you're accountable to 4 other fucking people. In the sense that,
I would
like,
succeed with that though. Is I don't want to let the people down.
Well, you're assuming all of these people are as equally driven as you.
Yeah, and that would kill me. I'd be like, we gotta get the.
And that's called a perfect world.
Yeah.
Because like I am in that band that I'm in, like Idle Corrupted. Idle Corrupted, buy the merch, hit us up, or whatever. I'm not good at plugging. Sweatshirt. I haven't done comedy in a while, so like I suck at plugging all over again. But
plugging, sorry, because I literally have your name on a fucking teleprompter, and I'm still fucking it up. So.
That'll happen, man. You get used to calling somebody one thing for a while.
Yeah, I'm the only asshole that calls you Jay Leger. And then I see your name, Justin Leger, on there. I still want to say Jay Leger. Like,
Justin Leger, yeah. I'm glad you spelled it out phonetically, too.
Yeah. Well,
that's good.
Well, the funny thing is I spelled that out phonetically, but I still get hung up on your first name.
Oh, gotcha.
I see it, I think Jay.
Yeah.
I'm a jackass.
You're gonna figure this out and get through it
someday.
You jackass.
So, like with the podcast, eventually, if it ever makes money, is I would love to rent some space downtown and just have people like walk to the fucking studio.
Right. Like, just be 10 minutes from everything. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah.
It's crazy. At one point, you and I did an episode. I think at that point you still had the car, but you're like, the snow's too much. Like, I will literally drive in a goddamn blizzard to make this shit happen.
I know.
So if I'm that close, the funny thing is if I had that rent space there, I would still be at risk, though. Is you might be a walk away from the new studio, but I would still have to take the 25 minutes to get downtown.
Take the 20. Yeah. You would be convening everyone else but yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Is like, have you ever seen like Rogan's like wider studio?
I've only seen pictures, but I can't remember it.
So it's a storefront. It's like, you know how if you go to like Safeway, you have like the supporting stores, like the Pizza Hut next to it, next to a nail salon and shit.
Yeah.
That's what Rogan's original studio was. Same thing with the original Your Mom's House studio in California. It was a storefront. It was just an unmarked thing. It's rented property. That's what I want to fucking do eventually.
No shit. Yeah, because you could just do that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But to think of how much money you'd have to get out of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over $10,000 in the hole here, and I haven't made a fucking dime.
But I believe in what you're doing, man. Because like you're fucking especially driven, and this isn't like something you're trying out. Like,
this is something I'm pretty much diving into.
Yeah.
And remember, everybody, I spend about $35 an episode to make this shit happen. So please subscribe, and all that shit.
$62 in gas. Just for the guest.
Yeah. I'm glad I got a high efficiency fucking vehicle. So.
You got to get a little car, man. I like the fact that it's stick shift as well.
Oh yeah, a real man drives stick shift. Or a real adult. I'll
represents
say
South Side.
Yeah. It's weird is I'm now meeting chicks online that can, like, they drive stick shift, and it somehow makes them sexier.
Well, yeah, I mean, stick shifts are basically, like, for the current generation, like, they're anti-theft devices.
Yeah.
Like, it
shows a level of appreciation in driving. The thing is, if you drive stick, you know...
It's all accountability on you.
You know the fun, the excitement of driving a car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like any asshole can put it in drive and hit 2 pedals, but it's like, okay, I'm at this speed, I need to drop it into this gear. Like, it shows to me like we have a mutual interest in like operating a vehicle on a different level.
However, so much easier to teach somebody to drive an automatic than a stick shift.
Well, it is. Where's the complication,
dude?
Take the stick, put it to D, hit the noisy pedal, and hit the slow pedal. Are people still fucking that up?
People will always fuck that up.
How?
Like, all right, I've tried teaching people how to drive stick. It just does not work, dude.
Like, driving stick is completely different.
Because I put my buddy in a fucking cow field in my truck.
Yeah.
And I'm in the passenger seat telling him everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he still found a hay bale to run into. Like...
This is an automatic car or stick shift?
The whole time, stick shift. It's a little Dodge, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was a Dodge pickup, but it was like a 93, 94. I'm trying to remember what actual model it was, but Dakota. That's what it was.
Oh,
it was like a 93,
one.
94 Dakota, yeah.
Yeah.
And it kept doing, he was jerking it. He was he was messing that shit up.
Hey, man, I got to worry about my transmission right now.
Exactly, dude. Like, at a certain point, I was just like, look, bro, you're beyond help. Like, I'm not going to risk my vehicle for you to learn how to do this.
What I tell people to do, keep your clutch pushed in, and then gas pedal, get yourself up to like 2,500 RPM, and just get to the memorization of what that feels like.
Yeah.
Once you feel how to keep that dialed
it's all
in,
muscle memory.
Try to start passing that weight of the engine over with like the clutch. And as you're feeling those RPMs go down because you're coming off the clutch, try to maintain that. It's basically try to float that at 2.5. Now, 2.5 for a newbie, that's not a lot of RPMs to try to recover.
Yeah, that's quick for them.
If they fail with that, I'm like, all right, take it up to 3,500. Like, let's find where you're having the ability to like hand off to the clutch. You know? So I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, but once you get to the point that it's like down to muscle memory, like you're at the point where you also don't have to look at the gears on the fucking stick shift.
Yeah.
So for a person that doesn't understand what that is, they're learning what order the gears are in. And then it's like, what do you mean pull up the fucking stick shift to put it in reverse? You know, like some people don't get that. Like, but
what's funny is like I've driven that car for 16 years now.
Really?
I know exactly where.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's a 2009. I've had it since.
That's wild. So,
I really drove it off the lot with 36 miles on it.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Dude.
So when I'm driving down 24, I'm doing like 52 miles an hour.
That car's in great shape for
150,000.
Yeah, dude.
I drop it down into second gear at 52 miles an hour. I told somebody about that. Like, you're going to shatter your clutch. I'm like, nope. It puts me right at 6,500.
Right.
I know exactly where that fucking car needs to be.
Exactly.
I love that car so much.
But yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Like, you feel more in tune with the machine of the car.
Especially when you're going into corners.
It's more predictable. Plus, you save on gas.
Yeah.
Especially with all the hilly roads in like Colorado.
I drove to northern Texas a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Speed limit gets up to like 80, 85 miles an hour.
Yep, 85.
I added like another 50 miles to my tank of gas. I usually get about 300. Actually, I was going 400 miles on one tank of gas. It's like, this is fucking amazing, dude.
That was one of the biggest adjustments for me whenever I started driving out here, whenever I moved out
Those
here.
hills?
Yeah. Well, no, the speed limits. Because like back home, on an average, like not even a highway, just like a road that people drive on is like 65, and then the interstate is 85. Well, it's 75 on the interstate, but people go up to 85. Okay. And the cops won't fuck with you at 85. But like I came out here and people were like, you need to slow the fuck down. And I'm like, oh, I thought we were getting where we're going.
Well, what sucks is so many out of state people are now here. Yeah. That like they come in here, they're like, oh, nobody can drive here in Colorado. Like, hold up. The people that grew up here know how to drive in the snow. They know how to drive high speeds. It's your California drivers, your Florida drivers, like all of these out-of-state people coming in.
I've met more people out here from Texas than are natives.
Yeah.
More people from Texas than natives. And that's crazy.
Well, we have the open gun laws with the weed, though. Texas is not like weed legal right now, so it's kind of like the same freedoms of Texas with like extra cool shit.
But out here, you know, like we could fucking smoke weed while speeding and fucking. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's basically GTA.
We can smoke weed while brandishing a weapon during our abortion out here. Like we
It's so weird that Kamala lost the election, but abortion, I think 7 out of the 10 states that put it up there won. Abortion is now a thing. It's like, okay, you didn't vote for the Democrat, but you have the Democratic idea backed up.
And it's weird because like and I've heard. Because, look, I've only started paying attention to politics in the last 5 years.
You picked a hell of a time to start it.
I know, yeah. And I'm already ready to fucking tune out again.
Yeah.
Because I was so much. Dude, I thought my personal problems were bad. Like, trying to watch this fucking politics on TV, dude, it's crazy.
It's one of the things I love about this podcast is before I started going balls deep with this stuff, is I was constantly checking CNN, checking Facebook, and Fox and all that shit.
For bullet and talking points and shit?
No, just because I'm a news junkie.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Now that I have all these analytics to look at, I'm noticing that I'm paying more attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm not paying as much attention to like the crazy shit going on in the news.
Right.
It's been like a lot easier. Like I'm not depressed outside of my own shit. Like
right. And plus you have the recording equipment. You could turn yourself into like another version of like CoffeeZilla or something.
I haven't heard of that one.
CoffeeZilla's a internet, like a YouTube journalist or whatever.
Oh, I can't.
He's broken open the case on like Mr. Beast, Jake Paul, like any scam that is out there. Like
Mr. Beast is hooked up to a scam right now.
A few, but he's
like what?
Like, man, I'm not smart enough to get into this shit. Like, he built a fucking...
Dude, we have an ejaculating eggplant on my logo. I don't think we're here for fucking... All right,
so let me just say what I know.
Bleeding edge news.
Let me just say what I know then. All right, let me just say what I know then. So with Mr. Beast, and I don't really know who this guy is. I just know that he's popular amongst kids type thing.
Yeah.
But apparently this Mr. Beast guy made, like... a world record for like the biggest online game show or whatever, where he paid the money to have a temporary building put up for people to live in, and he had like the most contestants that's ever been on a show, and he was trying to break all these records, but he was also cutting corners for all of this. So people with diabetes weren't getting their medication. Like it was like, from what I've seen and what I've watched in the YouTube documentaries, is like, People like the contestants are fucking miserable. Like he's got like some sort of money shit going on with like crypto coin. CoffeeZilla, like that's how I found out about that, because CoffeeZilla primarily does like crypto and pyramid schemes and stuff like that.
Isn't the Haktui girl like getting hemmed up on?
CoffeeZilla was on a call with her. I wish we could react to videos here. Holy shit.
We can. I just don't feel like it.
You don't know. You need a producer for shit like that. No.
Yeah, it's right here, dude. Boom.
Exactly. It's a little
ATEM.
Yeah. Oh, that's his name. That's its name. Fuck, what was I saying?
The Haktui girl.
Yeah. Okay, so she was on. So for the release party, the launch party of this crypto, there was her. Because she's the name on the brand. She's the face of the brand. So she's on this conference call, and a few other people are on a conference call. And CoffeeZilla was one of the people in that conference. And he immediately, like, after the guy's, like, done, like, the dude hosting the server with crypto, one of the guys that runs the crypto scam, was, like, mean to the people on the conference call up front. He was just like, you guys should be grateful that we're doing this. We're just trying to help you. So if you really want to take your life seriously and actually do something fun and make some money, we're just doing this to help people. So y'all should be thanking me. And he's saying words exactly that. Like those are the exact, like I'm quoting words from him. And CoffeeZilla is one of these guys. And
sorry.
Oh, yep, drug dealer. But dealer
Garage
just rolled
door,
up.
Actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When it comes to the crypto and the
but yeah,
NFTs, I'm telling you now, in 20 fucking years, either a investigation is going to come down from Congress, Netflix is going to put a documentary, whatever. It's all going to be found out to be a fucking big laundry scheme.
What is?
All that stuff, NFTs and the fucking...
It is now, like currently, it's all being,
Because like you look at why the fuck is the 47th president of the United States putting out NFTs that are just cartoons? He never went to fucking space. He never was a Marvel Avenger, like any of this shit. Oh, you can buy this GIF for $1,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
It's a laundering scheme, dude. There's no fucking reason to do that shit.
The second people were like, no, it's fake money, but it's real money. Like, okay, I'm out.
Cool. When we pull the power on your cell phone, where's your fucking crypto money?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's useless.
But yeah.
So it's your NFT.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy how much people that crypto got. Like it's like
what's still a thing? There's
it's like
still
the only
in it.
It's like the OnlyFans thing. It's like porn is still free. Like it's got to be a certain demographic that's on OnlyFans, right? Like,
well, it's people that want customizable stuff, because like the thing with OnlyFans, you can request exactly what you want.
OnlyFans is like, with porn, you're like satiating a need, but with OnlyFans, you are actively seeking a parasocial relationship with a
so I've
sex
had
worker.
2 sex workers on the podcast.
Yeah, is that derogatory to call them that?
No, it's like
okay, because it's hard to know.
Most of their traffic, most of their profit has nothing to do with nudity or like sex.
Okay.
They pay for a lot of phone time, a lot of like Liberty.
Yeah.
This dude literally came in and just painted her. Like literally just wanted the human interaction of like the conversations. This guy's sitting here painting and talking to her. Yeah. And the thing with like Chris Farley. You ever heard about Chris Farley's last hours on Earth?
I try not to think about it.
He was with a hooker, not having sex. He literally just needed a fucking friend.
Please don't leave me alone.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
As he was having a heart attack,
don't
she
leave me
fucking bounced out.
Took his wallet and bounced.
Took his watch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Probably took the wallet, too.
Yeah.
I know for the watch, for
Either
sure.
that or emptied the wallet of cash or whatever the fuck.
But yeah, when it comes to that stuff, I think that is definitely a solid layer of the OnlyFans. Is one, you're getting exclusive content, but you also have some kind of conversation with the person. Like, what's wild though is some of these people are making like $35 million a year.
Okay, so I watched the episode. So she said she gets like thousands and thousands of messages. So Andrew Tate did this, but I wonder if it's something that people do on OnlyFans as a thing that they do. You hire a couple dudes or a couple of gals.
She said she didn't want to. She didn't like the overhead for it.
To have them respond to the message.
Because you have people on staff.
Right. Yeah. To pay people to do that. Yeah.
To reach Nikki, I originally tried to go through Instagram, but it turns out that Instagram severed her links. So I was like, fuck, if I want this chick on my podcast, I'm going to have to go through OnlyFans. Oh. So I paid her monthly subscription. I was like, hey, I know this person. I know that person. Like, here's my stuff. It was so crazy how
it's got to be weird, yeah.
Well, how quickly I had the personal phone number of a porn star.
Right.
I was like, it's that easy?
And you know you're getting this phone number on a pile of simps. Like,
that's the thing too.
There's a pile of people under you that will never get a reply, and you're just like, "Hey, I know these people."
Well, actually, no. Nikki's actually really good.
Yeah.
She's really good with her interaction. Is like if you're paying on her OnlyFans, she's going to get you to eventually.
Okay. So I respect the fuck out of that. That's
she
work.
Grinds,
that's work ethic.
She grinds like a motherfucker
to respond, because that's what Dan Cook did to get famous.
Yeah,
that's
I suppose.
Yeah.
Actually,
he was responding to everybody.
I think he's the Mount Rushmore of social media.
Yeah.
At least on a comedy side.
It was him, Kevin Hart, and I forget who else. But it was like he was he was the first comic I heard people really like Rogan and all them were talking about, like, oh, y'all just hate Dane because he knows how to fucking promote himself.
Yeah. I would think so. I would say Dan Cook would be on there.
He's not
Bill Burr. He did one of his podcasts, My Morning Podcast, used to be him calling a service, and like putting his dates on there.
Exactly.
And then he used to drop little stuff. Like, I think with Burr, you'd also have him on that Mount Rushmore. Rogan, obviously, like you wouldn't have modern podcasting without fucking Rogan.
But there is the Mark Maron as well. What the fuck? Yeah. Podcast has been around forever. But the guy with the first podcast, is that NPR? Or the guy, I'm trying to think of the dude's name because he was on Rogan like 2 years ago. That's why I can't remember his fucking name. But he was the first like guy to call it like a podcast. I think he was one of the people that coined the term or something. Yeah, first podcast ever. Let's see what we pull up.
Dave Weiner. Weiner. Christopher Lydon.
Dave Weiner, yeah.
New York Times journalist. That was released in 2003. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I was in
He was
school.
the first. It was him,
the
Rogan,
of
and
podcasting.
Dude, oh my God. Dude.
This should be a documentary.
All right.
Nobody watches.
Is there like a line that we can't cross about like being on a podcast, looking up podcast history?
Have the trying to think of the effect on that. And one side, the Russian doll effect to it. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always more. There's always more.
Fucking A.
But yeah, these fucking drones, man. We gotta fucking knock them out of the goddamn sky.
Yeah, let's just shoot at them.
Yeah.
Who cares who's on the other end?
I forget which. I don't know if it was a senator or what, but
everybody's bitching.
Okay. So I saw it was like an emergency press conference or whatever where they're addressing the public, right? And they have these people from different states speaking, and one of them's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And he was
banjo.
Dude, well, he, not really on it. He did sound like he was from Louisiana for sure. But this was the argument he made in a room full of people that were like trying to practically think about this. He was like, "Yeah, but for like all of policing, we have it to where if I hit you with my car intentionally, that is a crime. However, in pursuit of a criminal, we've been using pit crew maneuvers forever. Why can't we use pit maneuvers if we're able to take people's rights away to do physical, like we're allowed to get physical with people.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we do the same with these drones?" He was like, "I'm allowed to put my car in danger and myself in danger to like wreck another car intentionally for the sake of my job. Yeah. Why can't we do the same thing with these drones?" And then somebody made the point. It's like, well, that's probably why you're not seeing the drones in the South. It's like they know there's just going to be a bunch of dudes on rooftops just.
I got a feeling we're going to see nets probably by the end of this month. Is they're just going to have larger drones fly over, just drop.
They just got to catch one.
Yeah,
they just got to catch one.
Once those nets catch the fucking.
But if they're
propellers,
if they're the size of SUVs, what is the possibility these are carrying any payloads?
One of the theories I have is it's probably some kind of delivery service trying to figure out like how to navigate that stuff. Because like Amazon's trying to.
So you don't even think. So that's why you think the government's saying there's no need to panic. We just don't know what this is.
So knowing Joe Bear, he said that he can't fly in specific parts of town because the GPS locks it out. Like literally his drone can't take off. If you're flying that big of a fucking drone and it's using the same information infrastructure, something tells me somewhere on a server, like, oh yeah, there's some idiot from wherever. Like,
but we would have found that out by now.
But then it's like,
because it's been going on for what, a month or two?
I don't know. This drone story is like one of the weirdest goddamn things ever.
It is. It is.
Like, part of me is like, who gives a shit? Like, until it hits a house, I don't fucking care.
Like, that's the thing is, like, for all of ever that, you know, I've been here, at least, like, anytime something big politically has happened, it's like, well, I'm going to sleep good tonight. Like, I'm not going to wake up to a gun in my face. Like, I'll be okay.
Because, like, here's the thing is, like, all right, if it's governmental, you're not going to find out anything about it. If it's private, you're going to hate the guy for a little bit. He's probably going to catch some fines.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why he's going to be in prison over that shit. It's like, all right, it's flying up in the air. Who gives a fuck? There's people that drive down the highway all fucking day. You don't give a fuck about them.
I get that, but they're shutting down airports over this.
And that's where you do have the issue. You're starting to impede on.
They're following the coast, like they're fucking. And I think in New Jersey they got like a ammo or like a what's it called, like an arms depot or something.
Yeah.
Like some sort of stash of weapons. And the drones were just like flying over, like just. And I'm like, dude, if anything, wouldn't that be protected?
You would think. And here's my thing is, so if you've seen like the Ukrainian like drone footage, the Russians are using jamming like signals to like crash them. Just bring in a fucking like jammer and like, oh, we see it here. Fucking just jam that signal, let it drop.
We can aim, like we have EMPs that we can aim at specific targets at this point, right?
EMPs are a little heavy-handed, but
well, I'm saying this as somebody with no education other than Modern Warfare 2. So
the problem with EMPs is it permanently damages whatever. So if you accidentally mispoint that and there's a fucking like 747
it's like a blast radius basically. Yeah.
It just makes more sense because a 747, even with it jammed, you still have highly qualified pilots that could still land it without the instruments.
Okay.
So like if you jam it, there's just the signal. They're gonna lose the video feed and like they won't be able to control it.
Okay.
You just watch that drone come down
because it's forced to land. If there's no controls.
Yeah, I don't know. That is more of a Joe Bear question, but I imagine there's some kind of like safety procedure where it just
trust me.
itself.
Since I've started seeing this drone shit, I'm so ready for a conversation with him about that because he knows.
We're gonna probably have him on a podcast next year.
Yeah, I mean he's a great guest. He's a great guest. Man. Love you, Joe Bear. Oh, also. I wanted to sneak this in. Jamin, you're a piece of shit. All right.
Who?
Cool. Jamin, my supervisor at work.
Oh, all right. Is he watching the episode this
Yeah, he said he's watched a few of your episodes.
Mostly the porn episodes.
Yeah. Well, he was like, I've seen a few. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I'm going to call you a fat piece of shit tonight on the podcast. He was like, well, I'll be watching.
We'll say get Lloyd on here, too.
Dude, yeah, I got to give you Lloyd's number after this. Because I want you guys to talk directly.
Is an alternate.
He said he's ready.
What I'm going to do is do an alternate podcast without like Ogre up behind it. I'm going to try to get the history of Colorado Springs, turn that into its own series, and possibly turn its own documentary. Because what I want to do is take my first camera and put it here so it has an alternate angle. Yeah. And it looks more of like an interview besides like a podcast.
Lloyd's like he was born in Germany, but Lloyd's like from here.
What part of Germany was he born in?
I couldn't tell you. Because he was born in Germany, and then his mom, I think he had like a Richard Pryor background. I'm not gonna tell his whole fucking.
He was born in a whorehouse.
Yeah, like his mom ran a whorehouse, and his stepdad worked for the mob. But I'm gonna let him tell those stories.
Nice.
Either way, if you guys don't know Lloyd Woodby, he's a local legend. He's been around forever. You guys are gonna love his episode whenever it comes out. He's got a lot of great stories. He cursed out Bill Cosby. He served Elvis. Like he's lived quite the life.
Cussed out Cosby.
Yeah,
I like it.
So fucking jealous.
All right, we're coming up on that hour.
It's
Sunday night. God.
All right, and thanks guys for watching. If you guys,
that's right. You can see Justin on YouTube. Justin Leger Comedy, all one word. The band Idol Corrupted is on YouTube. Idol Corrupted Band, all one word.
Yep,
merchandise.
The shirt. Yep, buy the merch. We are on Facebook Messenger. So
yes,
hit us up.
Facebook is Idol Corrupted -band, all one word. Should be good to go. So I'm not looking forward to Monday morning. I don't want to wake up early.
I'll send you a picture of a Star Crunch.
Alrighty, guys, we'll see you. I actually have Taheem next week.
Should be good. It's gonna be a good episode.
I think we're gonna have the ugly sweaters for Christmas and shit. I can't believe next week's fucking Christmas.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Alrighty, love you guys. Bye.